And 2 million views on YouTube. I was going crazy. I actually was averaging about 40,000 to 60,000 views per video, by the way. Right now, I got 4 videos at 200,000 views. Now imagine what you can do. Nobody else in this world is offering these YouTube methods at this level for the low cost that I'm offering it. Imagine having a 5-figure stream of income plus more. You want me to make the YouTube for you? That's cool. You want a one-on-one hands-on consultation on how to do it? That's cool too. You want to get this money, you want to grow, you want to be as best as you possibly can and benefit and profit off of social media. Let's do it right now. Hit me up. Let's get it. Just know you only live once. Why not take this opportunity and be great? DM me or text me right now.
So it's time to take time, champs. Respectfully, we got the new Take Time merch available right now in all type of colors. We got camo. Every one of them comes with the Tough House insignia on the back. This nigga looks like Andrew Bynum. What are you talking about? We got all the 4 colorways available right now at wearetough.com. We even dropped the top. We got the sweatshirts. Shorty looks like Solange Knowles. I ain't gonna hold you. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, we got the drop top sweatshirts on deck. All colors available right now. What are you talking about? At wearetough.com. Y'all make sure y'all take time and go to wearetough.com today.
Welcome to Showface News. You can call me what you want. Just don't call me woke. Gotta make sure you respect the etiquette when you come in the building, man. Let's get right. Let's do it. Let's get it. Gotta make sure you push the goddamn button, y'all, respectfully, man. We back with another one. Check it out, man. We back with another one. Well, check it out, man. They talking about Young Thug possibly getting bombed. Now, I'm going to keep it a G with you. I don't believe this. But we got to take a look at this, man. They are saying that your boy Thugger might get bombed, perhaps. Because there is a delay in the trial that was supposed to be starting in January of 2023. But instead of 2023 now, it's starting in March of 2023 instead of January. So let's take a look at what the people are saying. Let's get it. Let's go.
Attorneys for Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, have responded to the district attorney's motion seeking to delay the trial. They argue a couple of things. First, the district attorney should be ready. The district attorney came out the gate with a big press conference saying we got this and we got that. And the district attorney had the benefit of a COVID delay. This trial would have been back in July. Instead, it was pushed to January due to COVID. At this point, the DA should be ready. If they're not ready, that's on them. That's the first argument. Second, I thought this was interesting. The attorney points out that the district attorney's paper, it again references that witnesses have been threatened. And Young Thug's lawyer says, hey, Your Honor, I want to be absolutely clear. And I've proven this to you before. They have not put up any evidence about my client, Jeffrey Williams, threatening any witnesses. And so when Young Thug's lawyer says that, that's a powerful statement. Ultimately, what Young Thug's lawyer argues is that, look, this is a new circumstance. This trial was supposed to happen in July. COVID, it got pushed to January. At this point, for the district attorney to still not be ready, for them to say that we need to push this back to March, well, that means that the attorneys for Jeffrey Williams changed, and you got to go back and relook at the bond motion, all right? You got to give a guy a bond. He's innocent until proven guilty. He's literally spent and served 7 months in prison on the basis of just DA whispering stuff in your ear. That's not good enough at this point. If they're not ready to go to trial, you got to let my guy out on bond. I expect the judge to do it. Certainly seems like it makes sense to do it. We shall see. Changed and
I mean, look. All that stuff could be the truest of true, but ultimately it's up to the judge to let these people free. Now, I'm going to keep it a stack. The last time we seen a hearing with the YSL, and the judge, it didn't look like the judge was really trying to do nothing for real. Even with the defense presenting substantial evidence that their clients, ain't really guilty and haven't done what they said that they did, the judge is still going to be biased. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do whatever he want to do. So ultimately, it's up for the judge. The judge can't be overruled, nigga. So, I mean, listen, best of luck to him, I guess. You know, but I don't know. That judge right there, I don't think he's trying to let anybody go. I don't think he's trying to let anybody free, to be 100% honest with you. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I don't know if the judge that's involved with the YSL case is trying to let anybody get out on bond. Now, there was a delay. Now, obviously, that delay means that they don't have enough for the trial right now. They're trying to build something. Like, what are y'all trying to work on here? You know what I'm saying? If you don't got nothing, then it's gonna be a weak, it's gonna like a weak case, and you know that whoever's out there who's gonna be at the trial, they not gonna side with the DA and the offender and the person who's going against YSL. They're not gonna side with them. The prosecutors have no. They ain't holding no weight right now. So they trying to build something. Like, narratives is narratives. What about the facts, man? What about evidence? You know what I'm saying? So it looked like in the beginning that these prosecutors actually had something. And right now it's looking like they don't got nothing. So which one is it? You know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? Who honestly knows? But it's crazy, dog. It's crazy. That's all I could say. Best of luck to him, bro. And I can't believe it's been 7 months since them niggas been locked up. It's crazy. 7 months? There's no way it's only been. There's no way it been 7 months since Thug and Gunna and them got locked up. That's crazy. Is time moving this fast? This is madness. This is madness. But check it out, y'all. Hey, man, this is madness. But check it out, y'all. Charleston White has been really losing his mind, man. Charleston White really lost his mind. I'm going to tell you why. Check this out.
Ain't too strong. Boy got diabetes. Yeah, boy got diabetes. The boy got fragile legs. Booosie can't do a bunch of fighting. And Boosie's legs ain't too strong. Boy got diabetes. Yeah, boy got diabetes. The boy got fragile legs. Booosie can't do a bunch of fighting.
So yeah, man. Charleston White still trying to antagonize somebody who really ain't even coming for him. You know what I'm saying? Also, Charleston White was saying that him and T.I. need to get into a boxing match. Look, I don't know T.I.'s fighting skills or nothing. However, you know, I do got money on T.I. beating fire out of Charleston White, though. I can't hold you. I'm definitely gonna roll with T.I. I don't know T.I.'s fighting skills. I have no idea. Never seen him. Never witnessed him. However, I got more faith in T.I.'s hands than I do in Charleston White's hands. Okay, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. However, I believe Charleston White is barking up the wrong tree. All this antagonizing could lead to something very nasty. As you can see out there in Dallas, where he was approached by some real goons who put guns in his face. He was fortunate enough to get the police to arrest the people that approached him. You know what I'm saying? So, lucky for him. Police do not always come. You know what I'm saying? Police don't always come, and they don't always come on time. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess Charleston White is getting lucky, I guess you could say, right? You could say Charleston White is getting lucky, I guess. You know what I mean? Charleston White wants smoke with whoever, it seems. Well, I can't say whoever, but he's acting like he's invincible. He's acting like he's invincible. Now, we can have the argument that, oh, he's going to call the police on such and such and etc. Listen, you can call the police and all that. That's cool. You can call the cops and etc. That's fine. However, the cops is not 24/7 protection, bro. You do not have 24/7 security or protection by a police force, bro. This could get very nasty very fast. You understand what I'm saying? So you antagonizing some people that allegedly have ties to something that can get you up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a nasty thing, and this could end nasty too. This is definitely gonna end nasty. I'm telling you. This ain't nothing good, man. Y'all don't follow behind Charleston White, man. Because let's just say somebody does something illegal to Charleston White, right? For educational purposes, I'm saying this. If someone were to do something to Charleston White to get him put with the Heavenly Father, right? People are gonna be like, "Oh, well, Charleston White was like a martyr." They're gonna compare him to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all this. Please don't say Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels is a different ballgame. We're not even gonna compare him to Kevin. You know what I'm saying? Kevin is the YouTube GOAT, not like hands down, YouTube GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He did what nobody else could do. Take over YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But Charleston White, no. You're not going to go down like a Kevin Samuels. But for some people, he will, be solidified like he was literally, this great, great person. But honestly, we have video footage of him saying that he would take advantage of women and etc. and saying that it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is controversial within itself. But anybody aspiring to be like Charleston White or do things that Charleston White does is going to land themselves in a world of trouble. You can't say you're a civilian if you're putting your nose in street business. As soon as you put your nose in street business, you're automatically in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is out here just going around trying to say they stopping gangs or gangs is destroying their community or whatever the case may be. Once you put yourself in to some street stuff and you mentioning people's names and you saying you glad this person is gone and etc., nigga, you're not a civilian, bro. Because you're putting yourself in a street situation. At this point in time, now you'll be liable to get got by somebody in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Tangi says, my husband loves CW. You might need to get a new husband, shorty. You might need to get a new husband. You know what I'm saying? You might need to get a new husband. I can't hold you. Charleston White is doing damage. And not in a good way. But the influence is going to get people very much hurt out here. If you know, you know. That's really all I have to say about it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to say here. Let's see what else we got. We have more Charleston. And look, man, I had to change the name of the channel. So the new name of the channel is just Showface. It's not Showface News no more. It's Showface. Showface is now the new channel, okay? Showface, the name of the channel is Showface now. Understand that. And it seems that things are getting a little bit better as the name has changed, and we will see some progress, hopefully, and I hope that we do continue to see progress. All right. But yeah, man, it's been a wild week. It's been a wild week. Another thing I wanted to show y'all, man. It's a lot going on too. Yeah, this is what I wanted to be right here. Right here, champs. So y'all know Jalen Rose. I know y'all know Jalen Rose, the former basketball player. He used to play with the Pacers and the Raptors, and now he worked for ESPN. I know y'all know Jalen Rose, nigga. I believe he was Fab 5 also. Jalen Rose, you know what I'm saying? Something happened with Jalen Rose and his sister. Let's take a look at this right here. Take a look at this, man.
Clothes and getting my summer stuff ready and trying to continue to be healthy. But then I got to keep dealing with this idiot and doing this foolishness. Do not go in my mother's room. Do not go in my mother's room. Do not go in my mother's room. Do not go in there. Don't go in my mother's room. Do not go in my mother's room. My mother just died last year, okay? And you bringing strangers all in here, Jalen Rose, to walk to your mother's house that you love so much, that you trying to sell her house a year after she passed while your sister's still living here in it. And you had the audacity to call me a squatter when I took care of our mother and our grandmother in this house. You got a lot of nerve, Jalen Rose. You got a lot of nerve. And I hope the whole world see how much nerve you got now and how fake and phony you been talking about how much love you got to your mother and your family. Mighty funny. The man with the mic ain't got nothing to say today. Ain't that strange? Ain't that strange? How you gonna sell a house somebody live in and been living in for the last 3 years and not communicate? This what this guy is on. A close.
All right, so let me give y'all some context as to what's happening here. Now, Steven, I said Steven, I'm bugging. Jalen Rose paid for the crib, right? Jalen Rose paying for that crib. Shorty don't pay nothing in that crib. All that crib is Jalen Rose payments. Understand? Jalen Rose pay for everything there. Shorty needs to get a job. You know what that means, right, champs? What does that mean, champ? You know what that means, champ. What does it mean, champ? Can anybody guess? That good old Indeed.com, champ. Yes, champ. Yes, indeed. Yes, champ. She gotta go. Selfish. She need to get home. She gotta get home, man. Come on, man. She out here living off the land, champ. Shorty living off the land. She gotta get her own, man. He don't owe her nothing. He paying for the crib. You know what? She gotta hit that job. Yes, right here, champ. You see that? Yes, this right here. They hiring, champ. They hiring. Yes. It's crazy, man. Somebody named Kurt Plunk said and salute to Twitch, by the way. One of the Twitch users said, and he said he's gonna catch Dirk lacking, smoke him, and rock with Quando to prove Dirk is sweet. Who are you talking about, bro? He's talking about Charleston White. Okay, you talk about Charleston White. I know what you're saying. Careful with the word, though. That word with the K in it. Careful, champ. Yeah, but like I said, I also wouldn't have a sibling of mine living in a crib that I'm paying for. I see what you said, Kurt Plunk. That's a funny name, by the way. But listen, Jalen Rose has every right to sell a crib because his sister living in it and she not paying for nothing, bro. Listen, if you live somewhere, you gotta contribute to where you live in. This man is paying this with all of his bread. His bread is on the crib. He don't owe her to have her living rent free, my nigga. She gonna have to get a crib of her own. It's time to hit that good old job. You dig? I heard Radio Shack is hiring, nigga. Even though we all know Radio Shack is closed down, nigga, they hiring, nigga. Radio Shack hiring, nigga. Even though they don't exist anymore, they still hiring though. You dig? Listen. He don't owe her nothing. That's not her crib. She doesn't own the crib. He does. You know what I'm saying? He don't own the crib, man. Yeah, Marquise says we don't know how the relationship was. She could have been a bum. That's a fact. Listen, bro, you don't owe bums anything, and that could be family member. She don't owe her nothing, bro. She gotta get it home. You won't have to get it on her own, man. Respectfully. You gotta keep it a G, man. You dig? What else we got here, man? It's been a wild day. It's been a wild day, y'all. It's been a very wild day. Heard, did Marquise Jackson go live? Oh, I'm tripping. 50 Cent. Little Meech reacts to Marquise Jackson IG post about 50 Cent. He said, you at 199 Vic, I'll take 5 over there myself. I might even play some games with you. So Little Meech was reacting to a Marquise, which is 50 Cent's firstborn child and son. He said, because Marquise was saying that he would pay $6,700 to 50 Cent to come spend some time with him, right? Because that's what he did, you know. But in reaction, because he was acting like $6,700 wasn't enough to live, Little Meech from the BMF series, which is produced by 50 Cent, spoke his mind on it, said that he would bring bread there himself. You know what I'm saying? And play some games with him. You know what I'm saying? And 50 Cent's reaction to Little Meech was, at Little Meech and Michael Rain Jr., I know what's up. Shit blowing money fast. 10-23-22. It's lit. He said green light gang and Branson cognac. Yeah, but listen, once you an enemy to fifth, you always an enemy, man. You know what I'm saying? Once you an enemy to fifth, even if you're a family member, you could be an enemy. Like I said, 50 Cent's son drew the line, man. You got to admit, even if you don't like what's going on, 50 Cent's son drew the line, man. The moment that you start hanging with around Supreme Team, bro, was the moment that you drew the line. You were the son of 50 Cent and you hanging around people that tried to get 50 Cent clipped, bro. That's the ops. Why are you with Supreme Jr.? Why would you be hanging around Supreme Jr. knowing that his father is very much responsible for 50 Cent almost losing his life? That is madness. Doing something like that is unforgivable. You know what I'm saying? You know, without 50, you don't even have what you have, nigga. So it's crazy. It's madness. You hanging around Supreme Team. It's oppy behavior. You can't be somebody's son hanging with your father's ops. That makes you an enemy, bro. The moment that you choose a side like that, you present yourself as an enemy. You gotta understand, 50 Cent is really from the streets. 50 Cent abides by street code. So when you do things like that, you are showing him, and you a grown man too. It's not like you a kid and you don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? So once you do that, you're letting Fifth know where you stand, and he can't rock with that. Understand? It's nasty. So the young man Marquise Jackson has definitely burnt bridges with his father. You know what I'm saying? You burnt a lot of bridges there, champ. I'm gonna keep it a G with you. You burnt the bridge. You burnt the nasty bridge, gang. Respectfully, a nasty bridge has been burnt with you and your father. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Had he not did that, it could have been, maybe there could have been some rekindling done, perhaps. But who knows, man? Whatever they do, that's on them. However, I'm telling you that the moment that you start hanging around your pop's ops, that is bringing a nasty taste to somebody's mouth right there, man. That's grimy, bro. A very nasty sense of entitlement. So many people have a nasty sense of entitlement. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at the Jalen Rose situation with his sister. Don't you think she has a nasty sense of entitlement to think that she can stay in a crib that she's not paying for? Don't you think she, she probably was always living a musty life and he's tired of it? And he no longer wants to pay for her on his dime. He's not obligated to do those things. She's a grown woman. He's not obligated to do those things. He's not her guardian. You feel me? So with all that being said, you could put 2 and 2 together. You know what I mean? You could put 2 and 2 together. And this was the post by Marquise Jackson. I believe that this was posted about yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. He said, since y'all think $6,700 is so much money, someone tell my pops I will pay him $6,700 for just 24 hours of his time so we can do everything I ever wanted to do with him as a kid. Red, yellow, green, whatever color he like. You know what I'm saying? Listen. It's crazy, man. Now, a lot of people believe that Meech should have stayed out of that business. You know what I'm saying? And I can agree to an extent, but you got to understand, once something is in the public eye like that or in the air, listen, I mean, everybody going to speak their mind on the situation. Now, should he have said something in as a reaction to him directly? I mean, look, it is what it is at this point. Everybody put it on social media, so everybody going to put their input in. So I'm not really mad at Lil Meech, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Not mad at it. 50 didn't have a problem with it neither. It's Fifth. Fifth don't care. You know what I'm saying? If niggas is openly talking about it, it's not like you telling somebody what to do, but it is what it is, man. Like I said, again, touchy subject because of father and son thing, but it's in the air, it's in the public, it's in the algae. You know what I'm saying? It's all up in that algae, so you already know. They gonna speak on it. Make sure y'all smashing that like button, by the way, in case y'all didn't smash it, by the way. Just so y'all know. Y'all need to be hitting up the like. Hit up the like button. You know the etiquette. Get right. He do look like 50 though. Let's keep it going. Oh, hold on. Let's get this.
Hold on, wait, Bob. Why do you think that till this day, I collect child support till this day? I'm 25 years old.
I just argue with somebody about that. I said, this nigga grown. There's no child support. What the fuck are you talking about?
No.
Nigga
in my DM heard of that, bro.
Nigga in my DM said he get $80K a month. I mean, $80K a year. That nigga crazy. I said, yo, bro, that nigga don't get no child support. What are you talking about? This is what I'm saying. People just listen to shit and run with it, bro.
Because they retarded. Hold on. Time out. Why people think I get child support at the age of 25? But mom, what was my option to receive child support to this age?
You would have to go to college, continue your education.
So if I went to college and flunked out 4 years, I would still be getting a check right now.
And he was fighting me on that. That's the only time I took him to court was for college tuition.
Hold on, wait.
Let's run that back, y'all.
Hold on, wait, Bob. Why do you think that till this day, I collect child support till this day? I'm 25 years old.
I just argue with somebody about that. I said, this nigga grown. There's no child support. What the fuck are you talking about?
Nigga in my DM heard of that, bro.
Nigga in my DM said he get $80K a month. I mean, $80K a year. That nigga crazy. I said, yo, bro, that nigga don't get no child support. What are you talking about? This is what I'm saying. People just listen to shit and run with it, bro.
They retarded.
Hold on. Time out. Why people think I get child support at the age of 25? But mom, what was my option to receive child support to this age?
You would have to go to college, continue your education.
So if I went to college and flunked out 4 years, I would still be getting a check right now.
And he was fighting me on that. That's the only time I took him to court was for college tuition.
Alright, so 50 already paid that man 800 bands in total as far as child support goes. He already paid that man 800 bands already in a 10-year span. He also received gifts in a 10-year span. He also received inventory to start his own business in that 10-year span. So if we add it all up, and Fifth himself said this out of his own mouth, that was around $1.something million that boy has received in a 10-year span of receiving child support and also gifts. Okay, so he received child support on top of gifts and was given $80K plus up front each year. So you was given $80K up front each year, which is pretty goddamn good money. That's not bad. That's almost $100K. You almost receive 6 figures a year for 10 years straight. You know what I'm saying? So you were given things that could have helped you become a success or whatever the case may be. He also gave you a startup plan to help you create your own business and etc. to be as rich as he could have been. So you can't spoil your kids, though. The lesson to be learned is you can't spoil your kids early. You can't give them everything. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let the kids know they cannot have everything. You can't spoil kids, man. You can't cripple kids. You can't spoil kids. You gotta let kids know that you gotta hustle, man. You gotta hustle and you gotta go get it. That's how you gotta be in this world. You can't think that everything is given to you, period. You gotta work for what you get, period. Not that you have to work and kill yourself to do it. Nobody's saying that. But what niggas are trying to say is you gotta get on your grind. You gotta learn a grind. You gotta learn some type of strategy to build your own wealth or etc. You know what I'm saying? Wealth building isn't really teach much. What's teached a lot is to get a job, get a job, get a job. Listen, maybe it's important to get a job early on, but as time progresses, you don't want to be working all the time. You're trying to create your own. You're trying to build a brand. You're trying to build something. You're trying to build a company, whatever, a conglomerate. You're trying to build wealth. You're trying to be a wealth builder. You're trying to provide wealth for you and yours, so nobody has to struggle at all. Now nobody has to struggle because now that you're wealthy and you have kids, now you can your kids, and your kids can learn. Why even live a life of struggle, a life of trauma and bad times? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I like this comment right here. I like this comment right here. Siobhan Mitchell says that boy mother cripple him. 50 should have had him under his wing. It's really sad. You're right. And this is what I was always saying from the get-go when the story first got out. I've been saying that his mother crippled him, man. You know, he tried to help him get his own thing, but his mother was always in his ear controlling what he was doing. In fact, I would say that she broke the bond that was potentially there with him and his son, because she was always in the mix. Sometimes you gotta let father and son do their thing, just like a father would have to let mother and daughter do their thing. You know, everybody got their separate bond. You gotta let niggas build, man. You have to let father and son do their father and son thing. You gotta let mother and daughter do their mother and daughter thing. You understand? Like, every bond is different, but you gotta let nature take its course. You gotta let it be what it is, because she crippled the boy, and she ain't let the boy be him and build his own thing, man. 50 was trying to help him build his own wealth and everything. So you can't say that the man was a bad father at all, because he tried to help his son. It's not like he tried to avoid time with his son because he didn't. It's just that he was fed a lot of nonsense, and that's why he wasn't really too fond of his own father. You understand? So it's nasty, but this is 100% facts. And I also said this as well in the beginning when the story was first put out. So salute for that comment, because I 100% agree that this is exactly what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? A very sad situation, but people got to understand, you know, there's limits, bro. There's limits to this. You know what I'm saying? The homie Marquise said that man 50 made sure that kid was good. He may not have been as present, but I'd appreciate a better life. Get off the teat, little kids. Salute to the homie. Siobhan Mitchell says, exactly. I have 2 sons and I let their dad take full control when it comes to certain things. We are not men. We can't teach our boys certain. Thank you. You not, man. You can't. And that's what you have to come to that realization. Yes, you are a mother, and you're supposed to do your motherly duties, but you can't do fatherly duties because you're not a man. Only a man can teach his son how to be a man. A woman can't do it. Understand? Period. Your mother could teach you things, though. Let's not get it twisted. But as far as manly things and being, building and all this other stuff, that's what a man's duty is supposed to do. You gotta let the man be a man. You gotta let your boy become a man, though. And his mother had a hard time letting her boy become a man. And unfortunately, that's a lot of situations out here that these mothers who have a problem with their boys becoming men. You're gonna have to let them niggas go and become them. You know what I'm saying? They can't, they can't be a mama's boy. Like, you dig? You might like the bond and all that, but it can't be a mama's boy, man. Not forever. Maybe as a child or something, but as they grow and progress, it can't always be that way. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you can't love your mother or nothing, but you know what I mean? It's just a bad situation, man. You gotta let people progress. You can't shun somebody from their own progression. You can't keep somebody away from their growth, because that's a toxic trait. To take somebody away from growing is toxic. That's not good, bro. So that to even let somebody be stagnant in a position to where they can't blossom is bad. Understand? It's not a good thing. Nothing about that is good, man. That's all I'm saying. Let's see what T.I. had to say about Charleston White, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's keep it going.
Quite a day yesterday. As I meditate and unpack circumstances, it dawns on me. It's the second time I've seen my family attacked, and I've seen social media weaponized, used against us. It's the second time. Both times I watched the community absolutely nothing to say on our behalf. I watch friends, or people who we say are friends. I watch people who we have donated our time, effort, energy, resources, attention to. Look on as not just me, no, my family, my wife, my children, attacked. And the people that we go outside of our convenience, go out our way to help, whether it's calling us for people who can't afford to feed themselves, people who can't afford to house themselves, families who can't afford to bury their loved ones, people who can't afford to bail themselves out, or just people who need inspiration, just need to be poured into. None of these organizations, none of the leaders of these different communities, nobody thought to stand up, to speak on my family's behalf when we being attacked. Nobody. Never. Not once. All right. That where we at with it?
Man, look. So apparently this nigga talking about nobody stood up for his family, etc. Nigga, when people told you about your son, you definitely told people to mind their business. You say your son is a child, but he's not. The nigga's grown. All right? And he put himself into some business that wasn't really his business. So you can't get mad about it. Now, Charleston White definitely went after your son made comments towards Charleston White. So you got to expect smoke. Now, if you want to fight the man behind it, go right ahead. Nobody's going to kill you for it. But point being, bro, Bro, and when your son was acting out of character or acting out, nigga, you can't be mad at the world for saying something about it. Your son was wilding, bro. And your son is still wilding, bro. You know what they say? If you don't discipline your son, the world will. The system will. You know what I'm saying? If you don't discipline your child, the system is going to do it for you. So it's best that you do it. You know what I'm saying? But now that your son is grown, you know, it is what it is, man. Wasn't that nigga King Harris in the club jumping on the goddamn club sofas and all that? Wasn't he wilding in the club with his parents or something? I could have swore he was, or maybe I'm tripping. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. And a lot of people don't like Kanye and what Kanye is doing, bro. Kanye is doing what any billionaire would do, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, not any billionaire, but Kanye's acting the way he is because of the billionaire stuff, man. You dig? Yeah. If you a kid, a younger generation, you gotta stop playing with fire unless you want smoke. If you don't want smoke, stop playing with fire, bro. Period. Like, you put yourself in business that had nothing to do with you. You wanted the world to see you talk crazy about Charleston White. And there's a lot of people who don't like Charleston White, including myself. I don't like Charleston White. I think Charleston White is damaging for the community. Personally, I believe these things. Very much damaging for the community based upon the fact that he's antagonizing real niggas. And if you antagonize real street niggas, you are liable to get caught up in the crossfire. Understand? When you put yourself in street business, you're not a civilian no more. I'm tired of hearing about I'm a civilian. You're not a civilian because you're speaking on gang stuff. You're speaking on stuff and talking down on gangs like you a gang member. That's what gangs do. If you're not from the streets, why are you talking down on gangs and putting yourself in gang business? Are you a gang member, bro? If not, then I suggest you keep them out your mouth because they're not doing nothing to you. Mind your business, bro. You're not in the streets. Cool. Stay out the streets then. Don't put your name, don't put your nose in it. Because the moment that you do that, you are now a so-called street nigga, as you say. You're not a civilian no more. So using that civilian card makes you look crazy. And once you start telling the police you're a snitch because you put your nose in street business, and now you're telling. So it makes you look crazy. You can't be a civilian and you minding the business of street stuff and street politics that don't got nothing to do with you. You understand? And if something happens to you, that will be your fault because you're antagonizing people in a lifestyle that you really don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? You making assumptions and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Occupy Black Wall Street says, what you said? Kind of like that song. Yeah, kind of like that song. I would say that, yes. Kind of like that song. But that song comes from a street background. Here's the difference between Charleston White and him. Hassan Campbell actually comes from a street background. That's not a lie. He does. Hassan Campbell definitely comes from a street background. It's not like he doesn't. But he has issues of his own. Hassan Campbell clearly has issues of his own that he's dealing with. Let's just put it like that. He got issues. He don't know what he want to be at this point. He trying to be everything, man. He trying to be, one minute he's the streetest of streets. Next minute he's the voice of the people. You know, he don't know what he want to do, man. He's doing a lot of everything. But that's Hassan Campbell. And Charleston White is putting himself in a very dangerous situation. You know? The police can't save you forever, bro. The police not really here to save you, to be honest. They ain't really here to save you, bro. I keep it a stack with you. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You dig? But yeah, it's crazy. Oh, did y'all hear about this too? I wanted to tell y'all about this. It says Kim Kardashian is paying for extra security at kids' school following Kanye's recent social media rants. Did y'all hear about that? That's kind of nasty. I don't like that. This is giving me the type of vibe that she's going to try to get custody of the kids, or she's going to make something out of nothing to make it to where Kanye can't see his kids based upon his social media presence, right? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Even with what Kanye West is saying online, which is being looked at as very severe and dangerous based upon how he was speaking, I mean, that ain't no reason for him to keep him away from his kids, man. But we know what he said, and what he said can't be repeated on YouTube at all, because we know what YouTube is. You know what I'm saying? But the tweet that he did about those people was definitely something that doesn't sit well with them peoples. Let's put it like that. The tweets that he put out, the tweets that Kanye put out there was not for his best interest as far as the industry goes, because we understand who is running the industry. We understand who's running the industry. We understand those people. So if you're going to say something about those people in a negative light, or even appear like you doing such things, they will try to demonize you on another level based upon the fact that you thought you could do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's not looking good for him as far as industry goes, but you also got to remember Kanye is $7 billion in. So now that he's $7 billion in, I guess he feels like he's on another level to where he could just say what he wants. You know what I'm saying? You think Kanye is being disobedient? Do you think Kanye is being disobedient? What you think, champ? He did go crazy on Adidas too. Did y'all see when he showed the video to Adidas? He was wilding on Adidas at the Adidas meeting. Kanye crazy, bro. I think Kanye the richest rapper. Yeah, he was going crazy on Adidas, man. I seen that video. He said, listen to this. He said, no, listen. Kanye was wilding on the people at the Adidas meeting. You know what I'm saying? J Music says Kanye owes Big Sean some money. He need paper. He not well off like we think he is. He said they pay him to act like that. People forget the rap game and extension of Hollywood. That's a fact. He said he told them to shut up and sell my shoes. Wow. So he was bossing up on the Adidas, man. Kanye was bossing up on the Adidas. Damn. I tell you, that $7 billion got Kanye feeling wavy, nigga. That $7 billion got Kanye feeling different. Like, yeah, nigga, $7 billion. This nigga want to smoke with whoever. He said, oh, word, I got $7 billion though. So what's up, nigga? He said, y'all gonna have to pop out because I got $7 billion and ain't nothing you could do about it now, nigga. I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? Room Shaker Reloaded was popping. I don't know who you are, but salute to you. Maybe I'll figure it out. Mega Bill says, he said, oh, somebody in the chat seen Big Sean contract. I don't know, bro. I have no idea. I couldn't answer these questions for you, champ. I'm sorry. Couldn't answer these questions for you, gang. I'm sorry. Oh, champ. But listen, bro. It's gonna be an issue soon, dog. It's gonna be a big issue. Cause Kanye, with all that money, Kanye just gonna do whatever he wanna do. Like at this point in time, Ye gonna do whatever he wanna do, man. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Ye is gonna do whatever he wanna do, man. What you said there, he said they have all the money in the world. It ain't about money, it's about respect and falling in line. And J Music says Kanye ain't going crazy. You got to look at him. He is a Gemini. Tupac was a Gemini. I mean, Tupac was a method actor. He wasn't really in the streets of thugging. That was his character in the rap game. That's true. Yeah. Tupac had a character in the rap game, and he let it. Ultimately, Tupac's character in the rap game led to his demise because he took it too far to where he's tried to incorporate himself in street business, which ultimately led to him getting knocked off, right? You know what I mean? Kanye and Tupac's backgrounds ain't that much different neither at the same time. You know, Kanye West and Tupac's backgrounds is not super duper different. You know what I mean? And J Music also says that to say Kanye's first albums was heavily black. That might have been how they planned on packaging him to the masses, then flip him us at a certain point. Who knows, bro? You know, some of these people have so-called handlers and whatnot. You know, it's all contractual agreements when it comes to the industry. The industry is wicked, man. We got to stop acting like the industry is not wicked and not on some type of wild thing, because it's definitely wild. We can't front and act like the industry don't come with nasty things, because it does, man. We've known this to be facts for a long period of time. You know what I mean? It's crazy though. They pay people to do a lot of lucrative things, man. They pay a lot of people in the industry to do some type of crazy things, bro. Even very devious things. You know what I'm saying? They made Cardi B fall in line at the beginning of the CV. You know the whole, you know, I gotta say CV for medical reasons. At the beginning of that pandemic, they made Cardi B fall in line real fast. Cardi B was talking and saying what she wanted, and they made her calm that down very fast. They made Cardi B fall in line. Like, nah, shorty, you're bugging. You know what I mean? Mega Bill says facts because he wasn't thugging when he was clowning around with the underground. True. But yeah, man. The industries, like I said, they do what they do, man. You gotta be very careful with that stuff. A lot of people who sell out choose to sell out. Like, people be thinking that selling out is forced, but it's not. Selling out is a choice. People choose to do this sellout stuff. And when you say sell out, what do you mean? You mean going against your own moral compass to receive money or perks of any kind. You know, somebody at your job could be a sellout. You know, there's levels to the sellout game. Selling out could be anything. You know, the person at your job who is doing too much to get a management position or a higher up position at the job could also be considered a sellout. You know what I mean? Marquise said both have Black Panther parents. They've been on the radar. Good catch. I forgot about that as well. J Music said there's more artists with bad business stories than success stories in the industry. That's because people get finessed. And in that environment, it's about finesse. There's a lot of finesse that goes on. You know, labels finesse, and everybody finesses you. It's a big finesse pool. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of finessing that takes place in the music business. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. That's how it goes, man. Facts over fiction. Facts over fiction, you dig? This nigga said most Panthers ended up being police or politicians anyway. Listen. J Music also says artists be broke. You're not thinking about the paperwork when the only thing on your mind is making it with music. A lot of artists get finessed. That's why. Now, the smart artists who own the masters and all that, those people, they ain't really got to worry too much because, you know, after they get paid and all that, they start to They start to build more businesses and etc. Not a lot of them go independent either. Like, a lot of artists really don't go independent. Some do, but not a lot do. They're looking at the most bread that they ever seen in their life, and they think that that's the everything part. Like, some of that money, you got to pay that money back, bro. Advance money must be recouped, champ. That advance must be recouped immediately. So when you see people like the Diddy and Mace situation, Mace is a liar, bro. Mace owes Diddy $3 million because Mace was supposed to recoup the investment that took place for the Welcome Back album in 2004. So when Mace dropped the Welcome Back album, he was supposed to recoup the bread because there was no return on investment when it came to the sales on the Welcome Back album. So he owes Diddy $3 million off of that investment because he failed to achieve success, which would provide a return on investment from what Diddy put into the album. Understand? So that's why he owes Diddy that much money. You dig? But yeah, man, it's crazy, but that is how it goes, champs. That is how the music industry is. It's not a nice game at all. And you know, we have people on this show who have dealt with the music industry, who have been in the music industry, who ghost wrote for artists and etc. I personally know current ghost artists. I know people who work for Rock Nation right now. You know what I'm saying? So I know some people. I know some people. We're gonna have to recoup, bro. You gotta recoup that bread. If not, you end up in a hole. So Mace is putting on this act, and as y'all seen, Mace was working with Kanye, and Mace is trying to work on something. But Mace always been frauding ever since he became a pastor, bro. All that Pastor Mace nonsense, bro. He's back on it again. Like, one moment he's Pastor Mace, next moment he's talking crazy, bro. Listen, the nigga is in church with a ski mask on. You seen the video of Mace with the ski mask on playing gospel music, bro. You have on a Pooh Shiesty mask and you're playing gospel music, bro. This is the most backwards thing I've ever seen. You are not so-called Christian, bro. If you claim to be this Christian guy, what are you doing with a Pooh Shiesty mask on? and some goddamn and some goddamn bape and a bape jacket, bro. You look like a 15-year-old child, bro. The man is almost 50 plus years old, and he got a Pooh Shiesty mask on. Do you believe a nigga that is almost 50 years old wearing a Pooh Shiesty mask? I don't trust you, champ. You a little too old to be having that Pooh Shiesty mask on, champ. What are we doing? What are we doing, champ? You dig? And that's what I got to say about it. Period. Feel me? And it looks like Showface News is out of that so-called bin that he was on. So we gotta be grateful for that. Salute to the homie A Will, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even have known what to do with the channel to even get me to get even over 100 in the stream. You know what I'm saying? So salute to him. But don't worry, the page is gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So I ain't tripping. So when you see me make those videos about Showface calling it quits, Showface ain't calling it no quits, bro. We gonna keep it going, period. You gonna keep it going. We gonna follow the guidelines, and we gonna keep it moving. It's that simple. You dig? It's that simple. So it's gonna be more and more content being dropped. So you should be getting your notifications when you watch these videos. You should be continuing to get your notifications and seeing them. And I see that a lot more people have seen their notifications. Actually, how many of y'all actually seen this video through your notifications? I would like to know how many of y'all that are currently here on the live actually seen this video pop up on your feed or on your notifications. This is how you see me go live. Salute to the homie A Will, though, respectfully. You know we can't have me under the ban now. We gotta get it out. We gotta get it out here, man. Yeah, y'all gonna see me live a lot more often. So trust that. But yeah, man. Facts over fiction, y'all. Facts over fiction. You dig? Facts over fiction, man. Respectfully. You can't have these lies being spewed. That's nasty work. Shorty Fresh, salute. I see you, champ. I see you. I see you, champ. But yeah, man. You're gonna be keeping it going, though. But yeah, man. Make sure y'all smashing that like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It's gonna be a lot more dropping soon. There's gonna be a lot more dropping soon, man. We in here though, man. We in here for the long haul. Nobody's going nowhere. Subscribe to the channel. I'm up out of here. We gonna see you with more content tomorrow, man. Y'all be easy. Smash that like button. I'm up out of here. Y'all be good. I'm out. Peace. Here's a word from our sponsors. I'm out. Peace. Trailer, boat, SUV, jet ski, or heavy machinery, Motorsports Miami will provide you access to buy at the largest auctions in the whole US. You'll have access to buying whatever state you're in today at a wholesale price, not retail. You'll save thousands off vehicle book value. For example, you'll be able to buy a car worth $10,000 for just $8,000. And if you thought that was good, check this out. Get involved in the car industry right now and you'll make up to $2,000 per sale. You can start buying and selling used cars such as trucks, SUVs, boats, jet skis, trailers today. If you're looking for a vehicle in cash with no payments, this is the place for you. So if you're looking to sell your vehicle, truck, boat, or trailer, sell through Motorsport Miami Consignment Dealer Service today, where thousands of buyers will be able to see your vehicle. So back in May, I got damn near 2 million views on YouTube. I was going crazy. I actually was averaging about 40,000 to 60,000 views per video, by the way. Right now, I got 4 videos at 200,000 views. Now imagine what you can do. Nobody else in this world is offering these YouTube methods at this level for the low cost that I'm offering it. Imagine having a 5-figure stream of income plus more. You want me to make the YouTube for you? That's cool. You want a one-on-one hands-on consultation on how to do it? That's cool too. You want to get this money, you want to grow, you want to be as best as you possibly can and benefit and profit off of social media. Let's do it right now. Hit me up. Let's get it. Just know you only live once. Why not take this opportunity and be great? DM me or text me right now.
So it's time to take time, champs. Respectfully, we got the new Take Time merch available right now in all type of colors. We got camo. Every one of them comes with the Tough House insignia on the back. This nigga looks like Andrew Bynum. What are you talking about? We got all the 4 colorways available right now at wearetough.com. We even dropped the top. We got the sweatshirts. Shorty looks like Solange Knowles. I ain't gonna hold you. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, we got the drop top sweatshirts on deck. All colors available right now. What are you talking about? At wearetough.com. Y'all make sure y'all take time and go to wearetough.com today.